Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here, and I'm going to be doing a random collective reading. All of my readings are timeless. Welcome if you've never been here before. Welcome back if you have. Feel free to like and subscribe if you like me. If you don't like me, that's fine too. I wouldn't suggest you subscribe in that case. Anyway, if you are interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my website is teresazube.com, and you can find it below in the description. I like to bless us before I begin. It's for you. And that's for me. Clear the space. All right. I like to come into these with a message. Today it's about time. And I saw like zooming out, we're going to get a bigger picture. So we're going to pull cards for the world, which is where we live most of the time. I don't know. I've never done this before. We'll see how it goes. So just a bigger picture. I feel like it's like been 12 days. It's only been maybe 3, maybe only 2. But we are speeding right along. Does anybody feel that? It's like fast. Okay. And I'm doing a Celtic cross today, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer reading. All right. So this card represents the world. I said, we're doing a reading for the world. So just kind of see how it fits for you. You know, keep your mind open. Are you seeing this around you in the bigger picture? Does it relate on the micro and the macro? Like I always look for all of that out in the world. But we have the Chariot. And that's interesting because the Chariot is a really fast card. It is a card of ultimate success, limiting distractions so that we can, keep moving full speed ahead, focusing on what's important. It's also like kind of funny because we have the black horse and the white horse on this card. So it makes me think of the yin yang non-duality, encompassing like both. 2 things can be true at the same time. Yeah. All right. So the world is quickly moving towards success. What is, oh, you know what's funny? I forgot. I was making cookies. Hold on. Honestly, pretty amazing that I literally forgot I was making cookies. Okay. So the crossing card, this card represents the situation. The situation on Earth is that we are harnessing non-duality. We're trying to move forward in a world of opposites, but go in the center direction, find the middle way, but not just the middle way, not just the way in between. I feel like this is like, it's a bigger concept than that. It's like wordless. We're just moving somewhere. The crossing card is the 2 of Cups. And the crossing card represents what is kind of blocking or getting in the way, or what do we have to move past or move through or evolve to get to that point. And the 2 of Cups is literally relationships. So we could be, and even if it's not a struggle, it's just like our relationships are graduating. That's what I just got. Our relationships are evolving. Right here, we have the base of the matter, or the what's in the unconscious or the subconscious, or like the unknown hidden factor. The Queen of Swords. She's cold. The Queen of Swords is very logical. She does listen. She's very logical. She's very intelligent. So there is an undercurrent of moving through these wild and crazy times intelligently, and maybe we're not giving ourselves enough credit for that, because this is something unseen. Like, what is an unseen force? In the recent past, we have the Lovers card, which I kind of like, because I said all of these readings are timeless. However, if you're happening to be watching them like in order as they appear, the Lovers card was popping up as something that we had to do. Like, the Lovers card is putting our heart out there. When we choose to take someone on as a lover, we are basically handing them our heart and saying, I know that I will get hurt in this process, because love always kind of hurts, but I know that it will be worth it. So this is in the recent past now. So maybe we have done that. Maybe we have been vulnerable. And I say it's set up as like a lover situation, but it doesn't have to be the Lovers card can represent like a job, because there is an inherent risk of getting hurt, especially if you're really emotionally invested in your job, or it's something that you're very passionate about. But the Lovers card represents a choice, and the choice usually involves two like possibilities that are both difficult. Say one, you say, nah, I don't want that lover, but you're really in love with them, so you're losing out on them. Or B, I do want that lover, but I know that it's, going to be work and that I'll get hurt. So there's some kind of choice that we made in the past. Maybe that's why things are moving quickly. What is known? So the Queen of Swords is unknown. What is known? I love this. This is what is in the conscious, what is a force we are aware of. And that's the Fool card. The Fool card, you will feel foolish. I mean, with the Fool card, it's a good card though, but it's trust and naivety. And it's like, the way I'm seeing these two is, yeah, because the Fool card was coming out in recent readings as well. With the Fool card, we have faith. She's like, you know what? God's got this. I'm thinking of the image where like the guy is jumping off the cliff, and over the other side of the cliff is a hand and it says God, but then the person is God also, and there's a finger flicking them. Anyways, I don't know if you've ever seen that, but we feel foolish. This is an unknown force. The unknown force is God, spirit, the Tao, whatever it is that we are like relinquishing control to. But under here, we may feel foolish, but our intellect is really playing a part. We are doing this more maybe intelligent design, maybe by us making the choice to be vulnerable, to put our heart out there. So I'm trying to think if I do feel like things have been moving in general for the past couple of months. It's almost like that's been happening for a long time. It's just crazy now, but I do feel like in the past couple of days, I've been so busy, and I almost haven't had an opportunity to like take inventory of some really good stuff is happening for me, and I did a few days ago, but I do this regularly. So I don't know, this might be more your reading than anything else, but I always remind myself, fuck it. I can only do what I can do. Like, God, you're going to have to do some stuff. You're going to have to do some stuff, because the stuff that I can do is limited. I have personally done that. And even if that doesn't speak exactly to your situation, use that as a metaphor. Like, have you relinquished control of something that you once, controlled and or like held back from, where you're not sharing your feelings about something with someone. And up here, we might be feeling foolish. This is the known force, but we're trusting, having faith, even if we don't like it that much. It probably has to do with relationships with people. Again, the Two of Cups can be a like business card, because twos represent choice. So this is like making a choice to move forward with someone. Sometimes the Two of Cups means like signing a contract or something like that. And that's the crossing card. So that is what is evolving in this rapid movement in the future. What are we moving towards? I was going to say you're not going to like this, but I think you're pretty smart if you're here. We got the Devil card. We're just facing more fucking demons. That's what we're doing. Spiritual warrior time. The Devil card is obsessions. It can be haters. It can just be 3D reality, feeling stuck. We might be looking at addictions or addictive patterns or ways in which we are held back. But the key point of the Devil card is, look how easily that person could like run away from the strings, like that. It is up to him. He's standing there feeling sorry for himself. I really want it to focus and it won't. I'm almost obsessing over it. Anyway, it's a, session. And that's what we're moving into. So maybe we're getting a little bit of, it's like we're playing Super Mario Brothers. And, you have the little wins and then you get to the big dragon. We're not even to the big dragon yet. So there you go. That's your reading. Yay. The immediate future. That one goes right here. It's kind of like, what are we looking through right now? Like, what are we looking into, or how are we, the world here? Like, how is the world appearing? Anyway, Queen of Cups, all of that. So this is taking good emotional care of ourselves. I love that she's meditating. You don't have to meditate or call it meditating, call it quiet time, any kind of ritual or acknowledgement of like, the pause. Just pause. Deep breath. Taking good emotional care of ourselves and nurturing ourselves. That's where we're at right now. So if there has been some kind of success or something like that, acknowledge that. But just keep moving, but make sure you're taking care of yourself. Okay. What is in the environment? We have the King of Swords. Now, this is mental mastery. The King of Swords is mastering the mind. And it's interesting because the Queen of Swords is an unknown factor, right? A force. So and the Queen is receptive. So she listens and analyzes and integrates. And I said she can be a little bit cold. She is the most masculine of the queens. But she still is that feminine energy of being receptive and being more nurturing. Now, the King of Swords in the environment, this is, he's the most masculine of the kings. So this is really in the environment we have, it's out in the world, it's critical out there. People are being critical. It's important for us to be critical and discerning and to master our minds. A King of Swords who is has not mastered himself will just shoot off at the mouth. He can be the cruelest card, he could be a real jerk. but this is in our environment. It's just important to master our mind and to be discerning. Think before you speak, pause before you speak, respond, don't react. And with this in the environment, I don't think everybody's doing that. Actually, I was going to say I can go outside. No, when I go outside, people are pretty cool. But I can go on TV, which I don't do very often, but people are kind of doing the most out there. And yeah, that's out there. So hopes and fears. Hanged Man. This is a card of enlightenment. It is a card of being stuck. I call it being in kind of a purgatory card. And this is a reading for the earth. So like we all got ourselves here. All billions of us got ourselves here. We are all one. It's like a massive enlightenment. And we're hopeful and afraid of that, because the meaning of the card is kind of like in that one, she's doing that exercise where you purposely hang upside down. But in the actual Hanged Man card of the Rider-Waite deck, like he's strapped up by one foot upside down, but he's in repose. He's kind of like posing and calm. And again, he has that halo formed over his mind, which represents enlightenment. So once you would imagine that when they're initially upside down, which like equate being upside down to being in a fucked up situation, but you can't get out of it. You're in it, And initially, he is probably trying to get the hell out of that situation he doesn't like. It just sucks to be upside down. Your blood rushes to your head and it's just uncomfortable. But he cannot help himself. He has to wait for someone to help him down. So this is like it is what it is. You acknowledge where you are, and that you need help. And whether you're in a situation where you need help from other people, and that's not something you often ask for. It might be time to ask. If you always ask for help, it may be time to just be in that situation until spirit or the situation shifts and you can move. But there's something significant about the Hanged Man with regards to acknowledging how the fuck did I get myself here? Because that's the whole point of the card. And it is in the spot of hopes and fears. So maybe we don't want to acknowledge that. I know that feeling. Even now, but kind of like when I decided I wanted to go to rehab. That wasn't fun, but I did that. If you watch Esther Hicks do Abraham Hicks and be like, I did that. You guys were going home. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands are the spiritual journey. This is the outcome card. It's no more important than all the rest of the cards. It's just kind of the general meaning of like what this reading is about. And with the Four of Wands, we're building a firm foundation in our spiritual home, like embodying our Christ consciousness or more enlightenedness, being here on earth. This is one of the better feeling readings that I've had over the past couple weeks or so. We do have this devil in the future, so I just think it do be like that, where it goes up and then down and up and down. Maybe we're on a little bit of an upward trajectory, and we might want to enjoy that and gain momentum so that when we come to a more difficult time, we can kind of coast on that a little bit. So if you took a risk in the recent past, if you put yourself out there, how is that going? I would really be curious to know, but you don't have to share with me. maybe in an as far as reading this for the world, because that was my initial meaning, but we are all the world. We are the world as well. Maybe you will be seeing a shift too, if you have not yet, towards just some more positive coming in to keep us going, because we need that. Like morale might be kind of low. Anyway, let me do what's under the deck. Under the deck, we have the four of cups. She's got 3 cups and they're not what she wants them to be. But while she's looking over at them disappointed, over here, she's got an extra cup. So it's an opportunity being filled with a nice rainbow that she's not even aware of. So that's sort of the undercurrent of the whole reading. Like we might be like, oh, but I almost think that we're too busy to even notice some of this stuff. And it might be bumpy with relationships, whether that's love relationships, friendships, whatever. I think like everybody, I just saw us in a bouncy castle. Everybody's trying to like firm, but we're like 40-year-olds that don't want to be I'm almost 50, but I'm averaging. But it's like we don't want to be on a bouncy castle. We're like at a business convention on a bouncy castle, and everybody's trying to act like that's not where we are. That's a really funny. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to pull an oracle. Overall, this reading does feel good. So the world is going to go back into darkness. Don't lose your mind over that. There is an intelligent design to all of this. Yes. This is the one that keeps coming out. I keep saying leadership, Archangel Gabriel. Oh, and the clarion call, the horn. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. And like, don't overthink it. It's not like we're all going to start some kind of a new age church or something. Don't overthink it. You might be doing that like on a one-on-one basis, just the way that you are, like leading by example. People see you at work or in 7-Eleven and they're like, damn, how's that girl so cool? Or guy, because I hope some dudes watch here. Maybe they don't. Yeah, I know one that does. Okay. Earth bone. Let's pull one of these. So what should we focus on? That's what I'm going to ask. Ooh. Roots, ancestry, legacy, tradition. Number 10, we could be doing some family work. Look, that looks kind of like a devil too. And there's some strong attachments in family. Okay, let's see. Number 10. And then check this out. We got 2, number 11, wayfarer. And that looks kind of hermity. Contemplation, search for truth, inner guidance. And the funny thing is too, he's got a lantern. He's like lighting the way. So total hermit vibes there, but they're also in order, 10 and then 11. And what I love about that is like whenever the cards come out in order, they're kind of saying you're on track, whether you feel like it or not. So, the roots card I'm going to read first. Okay. Leaving your stamp on this earth and leaving behind the memory of who you are is like leaving a legacy of love. Tell people that you love them verbally or through acts of service. Leave a memory of who you are in a positive way. Impacting other lives with your light is the only lasting legacy a person can leave. The greater understanding is to be remembered. Love is the most powerful emotion to create lasting results, to remember those who we've touched or left a mark on so that our memory and legacy will live on. Your legacy is one that is unique. The number of lives that you can touch by sharing your gifts and talents is one that will leave a lasting impression on future generations. It is achieved by being true to yourself, being present, accepting and embracing your truth and authenticity that will carve out a path for you to be of service to others. It is your service to humankind, sharing your voice through whatever form that is, that guarantees your lasting memory and legacy. You have the capability and potential to create tremendous positive change. Your individuality is your strength. Your gifts are what set you apart. Remember, not a single person accomplished great things by following the status quo for a normal, practical lifestyle. Embracing your individuality and particularities has the power to garner a lasting legacy that touches more lives than you can imagine. So, roots, we are learning to stand strong on our roots. There is a devil here, though. I'm still getting kind of the vibe of like, where are we stuck repeating ancestral patterns, or are we healing like our family tree and all of that? And as you heal your own self, healing your family tree is as easy as healing your own self. Like that's because then it just goes back like that. Wayfarer, which is the next card. Don't be afraid to walk away from things for a fresh start. Choose a path. Do not avoid what scares you. Do not spread yourself thin. Pick something that lights you up. Say no to things that are emotionally unfulfilling or draining. Follow your heart. You may have trouble with making a decision. Feed your soul. Continue to search for deeper meaning. You are divinely protected and guided. Pick which option is the most emotionally fulfilling. Try creating a system to automate mundane tasks and invest your time wisely. Release activities that deplete your energy. You have a divine plan, but are being blocked by negative emotions. Open to love and forgiveness. You are laying foundations. Stop judging. Treat others how you want to be treated, with love, openness, and honesty. You may be neglecting relationships and feeling lonely, but you aren't alone. Align yourself with your truth. So, another thing about getting the Queen and the King of Swords, and that's a divine counterpart as well, which is significant. But the swords represent cutting out anything that doesn't serve us. So it's holding good boundaries, good emotional boundaries, good boundaries on our time, because the Chariot moves forward so rapidly because it is a pursuit of passion. It's something that this person really wants to achieve. And I feel like that's, for a world reading, that's the new earth. And with the Chariot card, another thing I say is if the driver gets distracted, the horses start fighting and everything goes to shit. So we do want to cut out distractions. You're leading the way, so go do that. Anyway, if you've been here this long, I love and appreciate you. Thank you. Peace. Namaste.